Are we alone in the universe? If not, is it possible to come in contact with inhabitants of other worlds? 500 years ago, we believed that the Earth was the center of the universe. Against the lethal opposition of the Church, Nicholas Copernicus and Galileo Galilei succeeded in bringing the heliocentric worldview to the scientific community, proving that the Earth revolved around the Sun. As late as the year 1600, the Dominican monk Giordano Bruno was burned at stake by the whole Inquisition because he dared to believe there were other inhabited worlds in the heavens beside the Earth. Today we know that our Sun is nothing more than a little star at the edge of the Milky Way, which is just one galaxy among billions and billions of galaxies in the infinite realms of the universe. The astrophysicist and best-selling author Johannes von Butlar is convinced that mankind is not alone in space.
Unsere Milchstraße setzt sich aus ca. 200
Our galaxy, the Milky Way, consists of about 200 billion stars approximately, because nobody has counted the stars yet. But we estimate that 60% of these 200 billion stars are surrounded by planets like our Sun, with her 9 planets in our solar system. In a vicinity of 16 light years, about 47 stars are in the same condition our Sun is right now. She's a G2 star. Her size is optimal. Her lifespan is about 12 billion years, similar to these 47 stars. The statistic probability is immensely high that there is life in other planetary systems. And not only that, because most stars in the Milky Way are much older than our Sun, we can assume that there are many older civilizations which are also technologically far ahead of us.
Zivilisationen, die vielleicht auch technisch sehr fortgeschritten sind.
Is it possible that the inhabitants of these planets visit our Earth? How can they bridge the vast distances of space?
Ja, nachdem die meisten
Because most stars of the Milky Way are doubly as old as our Sun, we can assume that there are many old civilizations in our galaxy, civilizations with an immense knowledge of physics and super technology. When we see what unbelievable technological progress we have made in just the last 50 years, we can only speculate about the possibilities of a civilization which is, let's say, 2 million years ahead of us. Even our scientists develop models of how to bridge the vast distances of space. For example, take the Einstein-Roseau bridge, a gravitational hole left by collapsing stars when they disappear out of our space-time continuum. There, theoretically, you can move forward in space and backward in time, or into what is called zero time. Also, the relativity theory proved that time dilation is a matter of fact. If you move very fast through space-time, time nearly stops running. Physically and technologically, there may be some possibilities we might discover in the next decades or centuries to practice interstellar travel. I'm fully convinced that extraterrestrial civilizations already discovered these possibilities to travel to other worlds.
Dass außerirdische Zivilisationen diese Möglichkeiten nutzen, andere Welten aufzusuchen.
For conservative scientists, this may sound like science fiction. But in 1957, Lee DeForest, the inventor of the vacuum tube and father of modern electronics, stated that there will never be a man landing on the moon. Our knowledge about space is growing and changing our worldview irresistibly. Indeed, there are indications that extraterrestrials have visited our Earth for thousands of years. This rock drawing in Fergana, Uzbekistan, is 7,000 years old. Clearly, it shows a being wearing a spacesuit, an astronaut's helmet on its head. Over the scenery hovers a disc-shaped craft, a UFO. In a Japanese cave painting, people are welcoming a luminous spaceship, or a group of ball-shaped craft, or the descent of an object in a spiralic course. Also, the 15,000-year-old cave paintings in southern France, showing flying discs over usual hunting scenes, so often that a French archaeologist put together a whole catalog of these Stone Age UFOs. All all over antiquity and the Middle Ages, we have reports about the fiery spears, flying shields, and bloody red spheres. On a fresco of an old monastery in Yugoslavia, or here in the oldest church of Soviet Georgia, two strange flying objects are observing the crucifixion of Christ. Orientalist Zachariah Sitchin discovered hints of extraterrestrial visitations in ancient times in Sumerian cuneiform texts.
Well, the books that I've written, including the one that you mentioned, which is the latest, are based primarily on the writings of the Sumerians, who gave us the first known civilization 6,000 years ago. And on their clay tablets they wrote many tales of history and prehistory. Scholars know them, refer to them as myths. I wrote the books on the basis of asking myself and others, what if these are not myths but things that actually happened? And if you accept the accuracy of these writings, which are echoed in the Bible, especially in the book of Genesis, the story that in essence comes out is that there is one more large planet in our own solar system. The Sumerians called it Nibiru. It comes to our vicinity once every 3,600 years, passing between Mars and Jupiter. And according to those ancient writings, people from that planet, called, as you mentioned, Anunnaki, literally meaning those who from heaven to earth came, arrived on earth for the first time about 450,000 years ago. They came here for their own purposes, and the story is a long one. In the course of being here, they engaged in many activities that are reflected in the biblical tales, including the genetic engineering process through which we, you and I, Homo sapiens, was created.